Hey, my name is Masha Chorna, and I'm 26 years old collector of human stories living in Moscow. A chance to help the creator of a project which was my personal inspiration is a dream come true, and I'm so excited and nervous making this letter. Being born in a family of writers who have never been married and actually never became real writers, I probably had no choice but to develop a deep passion for stories. I'm also lucky to be born in a country town, because there are two different Russias, Moscow and the rest of the country. So, when I moved to Moscow, I already had a very important and specific experience of rough and poor provincial life that makes you learn to understand various kinds of people. Being a bit interested in politics and studying journalism in the oldest Russian university, I wasn't able to ignore problems of my country. But people here always give me a source of inspiration and love for this weird, wild place, Russia. People were always the main focus and interest of my life, and a few years ago this interest started to look more like a serious mission. I could call it collecting stories and telling them with various instruments. I'm an illustrator, an artist interested in new media. I write stuff, shoot videos and photo. And also, I'm always trying to live a life which seems like a great cinematographic story I'd like to tell. When I started to share stories on the internet, especially with videos, I found out how important it is for people to get some light from experience of others and to give it back. I took my friend's camera for making small personal project, which helped me to live through sad times. And strangers started to come to me to tell about their dreams and fears. For some reason, people always trust me even if I have camera with me. Maybe because I look interested and safely, and every weird person always starts a conversation in the street with me. I started to shoot and collect stories consciously, and this magic only intensified. Internet audience asks me how all these stories and acquaintances can happen to me, how to live such a saturated life, and I try to show that every person in the crowd has a wonderful, unique story, and it's all just about a way of seeing. Once I made a joke about giving a lecture with practice about stories, and 15 people immediately said that they would like to attend it, but I never dared. I started to draw attention to the genre of stories, and people started to call me stories gatherer and to advise me amazing characters. Hey Masha, you should make an interview with this person. You should tell this story. That's how I traveled and listened to a man which squatted in an abandoned military powder storehouse of 19th century on an inhabited island near Vladivostok. That's how I learned about life of an illegitimate son of photographer which shot famous picture of Soviet flag on Reichstag, and many others. Right now I try to reset my life in a way which will allow me to turn things I believe in the most to my everyday job, and to find the best way of telling stories I collected. In a small team of documentalists, filmmakers and journalists, I work on my big multimedia project. Except for just stories, I like emotional human aspects of cities. So we make an interactive map of Moscow street, where you can choose a hotspot and watch a video where a person tells their story, which is connected to a place you just clicked on. The stories will be available offline, right on the street, at the place of story by QR code sticker. The mission of this thing is to create a community of story gatherers, to show an importance and value of each human life through small or great stories, to show great variety and connections between so many lines in one big story of everything. I want to launch the first street and then move with this project around Russia to draw an attention to provincial cities and maybe other countries. It would be great to make urban loneliness and estrangement smaller. That was the best moment for me to see your post and to have a small light of hope that I can be helpful for you. I'm on freelance job and free to move around at the moment. Because of stories, I have big good network of friends in many cities and have a cool camera to shoot and maybe make a little documentary about your trip to Russia. So, hope to hear from you.